you mentioned among the 4 areas, you mentioned education. So I think that's something that I would like to pursue next by asking you. I remember way back in late 1999, we had some discussions about International Buddhist College or even a university. And it was in year 2000, so that the IBC officially started, if I remember the date correctly. Now, why did you choose to establish IBC? I think that's a very important question. Maybe you could share with us the challenges that you face in running a tertiary institution of that nature. And more important, especially now with the new normal, what would be the future direction of the IBC with the COVID-19 pandemic, of course, retreating, but then there's a whole new normal, new way of education now. So could you share with us your thoughts on the future of IBC?
Okay, thank you for this important topic that you have raised. In the earlier Chinese session, we talked about this. If we don't invest in education, Buddhism will become irrelevant. For IBC, it has been a very interesting journey, and I am happy that during this journey, just like Brother Kok Heng, Brother Benny had also been a great supporter of IBC. IBC all started with my meeting with Kalyana Mitra, Venerable Professor Dhamajoti. Many of you know him well. He was the one who suggested that we should start a serious Buddhist studies program, and he could act as a bridge to the Sri Lankan Buddhist universities. So as a result, about 25 years ago, we started a unit registered as a Tan Siang Buddhist Research Center and collaborated with the Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka. So that relationship continued for nearly 10 years. During that period, another interesting person came into the picture. Professor Karuna Dasa came to Penang to teach. And then he said that Malaysia is a very interesting meeting point of different Buddhist traditions. Why not we start a Buddhist university that would embrace the 3 major Buddhist traditions? So he was the one who started this idea. And so we gave a very serious consideration, and eventually we decided to do this particular project in Thailand, because Thailand is a Buddhist country and its location is very strategic. I must say that on reflecting, this has been the right choice. We were quite surprised later on to find that the higher educational policy of Thailand is so liberal that IBC was allowed to start BA program in 2004, MA program in 2006, and a PhD in 2008. And our teaching medium. Students could choose either to do this program in English or Chinese. These are the two most important international languages. We don't even have to teach any Thai. So this has been a very interesting discovery. And then also that in Thailand, we could start a college just offering Buddhist studies. I think that is not even easy in other countries. For example, in Taiwan, there are many Buddhist universities, but they offer mainly secular courses. And Buddhist studies might hide under one of the faculties. But for IBC, in the past 18 years or so, we could just teach Buddhist studies. Of course, I mentioned about the two international languages, but for us, the scriptural languages, including Sanskrit, Pali, traditional Chinese, and traditional Tibetan are also very important. And we have a very strong faculty to teach these languages. So earlier, I also mentioned that in the past 15 years, IBC had established itself as an international center for Buddhist studies. So our graduates have been accepted by the top universities in different parts of the world, including Hong Kong University, NUS, MU, Mahidol University, and Peradeniya University. These are the top universities in the respective countries, but also in Europe and America. For example, London University and American universities, including Harvard. At the same time, we are also able to attract graduates from these top universities to do Buddhist studies at MA and PhD level at IBC. So this is quite an achievement that we are very grateful to our professors and faculty staff who have worked very hard to bring IBC to this level today. So we have many good professors led by Professor Charles Willerman as a director, and from Sri Lanka we have Professor Kapila and Professor Tilak, and we also had been very lucky to get Professor Jamspal, who spent a long time in America and served at Columbia University. He decided to give up his teaching at Columbia and join IBC. And more recently, we have Professor Matia, who is also very good scholar. And at the same time, I'm happy to report that a few of our monastic members have also receive a PhD degree in order to help them strengthen our faculty with our own monastic members. So much for Buddhist studies. We will further enhance it. In the past 2 years has been very interesting because COVID brought about a situation where new students couldn't come to Thailand. But then very soon we put the classes online. Now, had it not been for COVID, many of our professors would never accept this type of a teaching. For many of them, they would tell you that if you want me to teach, the students has to be in front of me. How else can I teach? But when COVID came, they had no choice. So we have young people help them to do online teaching. So after a while, they felt, oh, this is a good way because they could reach students in different parts of the world online and then interact effectively with them. So I think IBC was able to do that because also of e-learning that we had offered in the past. Now, to support some of the future educational and welfare activities in Malaysia as well as other countries, we are going to start other courses like early childhood education, geriatric nursing, traditional medicine. By traditional medicine, of course, the two very important traditions are the Chinese traditional medicine and the Indian Ayurvedic traditional medicine. So we will have that in IBC. Well, of course, it will be also good for us to start counseling courses. And also, if I have time, maybe you will look into the possibility of starting Buddhist management courses in IBC in future.